Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host. Thanks for joining us. Broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios, worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, joining me now is Mark Heil. He is the president and CFO of Ascendant Solutions. Mark brings with him just a very, very in-depth background in his industry sector. Mark, welcome to the show.
Michael, thank you for having me on your show.
All right, my pleasure. All right, Mark, let's start a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that everybody gets your stock symbol, ASDS, right?
That's correct. We're publicly traded on the PINKSHEETS under ASDS, and it's Ascendant Solutions, ASCENDANT Solutions.com.
All right, let's back up a little bit because you bring a lot to the table when it comes to your management skills, the depth that you bring into your market sector. Let's get a little background so the audience can feel more, get a better feeling of who you are, your leadership skills, and then we'll walk right into what your company does.
Well, thank you. Yes, so I started my career out in public accounting at the firm of KPMG, and after several years there working at KPMG, I went to work for a client, American Excelsior, which is a manufacturing and distribution company. I was there for over 15 years as its CFO, and one of the opportunities I had there was to become its chief operating officer of one of its divisions, and so I was exposed to sales and marketing and really enjoyed that side of the business. After my career there, I moved on and was working as the CFO of an ad agency for several years, and then I had the opportunity to work with Tatum Company, which is a consulting company, and was able to provide a wide variety of services to their clients and SEC clients in a number of areas. So those were things that really helped me when I was looking for my next position, which I started here at Ascendant Solutions in 2007 as its CFO.
I absolutely love your business model. I got to look at what you guys are doing. Let's tell the audience what Ascendant Solutions does.
We're a private equity company that's recently changed our focus to really look at buying, acquiring, and managing community-based pharmacies. We were successful in 2004 of acquiring Doherty's Pharmacy, which is almost a 90-year-old pharmacy here in Dallas that provides pharmaceutical excellence and personal service to our customers here in the Dallas area. We're recognized as one of the oldest and largest community-based pharmacy in the Texas area and throughout the United States. And we've decided that our focus should be at Ascendant to look to acquire additional pharmacies.
Now, when you say personal service, I was talking to a friend of mine who's been a longtime customer, and the feedback I got was this is the best personal service. You deliver anything that's in the store to anybody within, that's within a reasonable distance, and that is real service.
Yes, we do provide that, and that's something that's unique about community-based pharmacies that are very different than the big box chains that you see, is we have a huge variety of products, not only just prescriptions, but all kind of healthcare products that a patient may need. We do compounding materials where we can take products and mix them up specifically for you as a customer. We have a variety of medical equipment that you don't find at the big box chains. And then also that personal service that we have, we do deliver. We really touch the customers at the community level.
You do. Now, on back into the company, the recent pharmacy acquisition in Dallas, Houston, El Paso. Could you talk to us about, what kind of revenues that's added to your model?
Yes, we're anticipating that these three acquisitions that you just described, will add about 35% more revenue to us in 2015 than what we had in 2014. So over $14 million more in revenue. So we were on pace for about $29 million in revenue in 2014, and we'll look to approach $40 million in 2015. So it's a huge increase that our shareholders will see at Ascendant Solutions.
I got to look at what has been going on with this company. You've taken a company that built a reputation of service, but it needed a better hand, if I may be so bold as saying this, at the back end, the mechanics of what does the balance sheet need to do to turn this around. And I saw that you reduced your debt, you increased your market share, and you increased your revenue stream. Can we talk about those activities 2013 till now?
Sure. So when we changed our model in 2012 and said, okay, Ascendant Solutions as this private equity company is really going to focus on community-based pharmacies, the first thing we needed to do is really improve our operations in 2013. So we took a lot of time and effort to sell off assets within the Ascendant portfolio that didn't relate to the community-based pharmacy and the Doherty's Holdings section that we have. We really worked on increasing our sales. We worked with our vendors to improve our margins. And the management really did a great job in reducing expenses through 2013, which we produced over $1 million in revenue in 2013 compared to a loss in 2012. So what that did, it really got us in the position to say 2014 is coming, we can do acquisitions now. So that was very, very big. It increased our shareholder equity by over 17%. And it reduced our debt by 33%, which was great for the balance sheet.
Yes, amazing. Your expansions here, and then your attention to the balance sheet. Let me just back up and give you some room, because there's definitely some investors. Everybody within the sound of our voices knows about your pharmacy. Now I want to give them a chance to hear how you, and with the limited time that we have available, but how you got into the mechanics of the business and turned it around. I mean, we give them a high-level view just a second ago, but there are some things that hit, and only a person like yourself is going to say, this is what we need to address now. Can we walk through that just a little bit?
Yes. So what we need to address is we need to make sure that we're still focusing on the customer, that we're providing the service that they really need, that we're making sure the balance sheet stays correct, and how do we go about doing that looking forward? Community-based pharmacies have a thread in it that most of them have that say we need to provide excellent customer service throughout our customers. It's really important that we did that, and so that was our big focus in 2013 and in 2014 of looking at acquisitions and where do we find those other community pharmacies that we can add to our portfolio to make us grow.
How do you find the right pharmacy to go out and to pick up? I mean, to merge with or to acquire. How do you know this one's going to work or that one's never going to work?
Most of them have a very common thread of this community-based feel in pharmacy. So we take a lot of time to analyze their balance sheets, their income statements, the product lines they have, working with their management to say, here's our model. We want to make sure your model fits with our model and going forward. And that's how we really take a look at that, and we've been very successful in the three that we've done so far to make sure that they fit with us, their culture and our culture fit together, which is to take care of the customer.
So they've got to have already a track record of customer satisfaction and loyalty to the customer base, and then at least enough of the financial activity that you can take it and tweak it and turn it into a higher performing venture. Is that what I'm getting from you?
Yes, that's exactly right. So a number of these smaller community pharmacies aren't big enough to offer all the product lines that we can offer at Doherty. Since we're so big, we have management and we have products that can enhance the retail side of the scripts that they're selling right now. So it's really important they understand that and are buying into that. So we get the sellers to buy into what we're trying to do, and all the ones we've had so far have been very willing and able to do that with us going forward.
Why don't we do this? Mark, let's take a break right now, but on the other side of the segments, I'd like to come back and see if we can talk about your strategic partner and the future growth activities of your company.
Okay, that sounds great.
All right, we'll be right back with Mark Heil, President, CFO, Ascendant Solutions. That's ASCENDA ASNTsolutions.com, and symbol on the Pink Sheets is ASDS. And special thanks to 1-800-PublicRelations.com for all their PR and media support. We'll be right back.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't seen your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed. And they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs. And it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
I'm Dr. James, founder of Diamond Physicians, a concierge medicine practice located in Dallas, Texas. Our Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam has been created for people like you who live a high-stress, fast-paced life. Every 40 seconds, someone in the U.S. experiences a life-changing heart attack or debilitating stroke. Negative stress tests and normal cholesterol levels do not exclude you. Half of all fatal heart attacks occur without warning. Diamond goes beyond traditional medicine with the Diamond 360 Advanced Physical Exam. Proven to prevent heart attacks, strokes, and diabetes. Contact Diamond now at 214-395-3491. That's 214-395-3491. Or visit our website at diamondphysicians.com to take the Diamond Challenge. If your Diamond 360 reveals perfect health, receive a full refund. Your loved ones will thank you.
Texting while driving can be as dangerous as drinking and driving. Put your phone away. A message from the Texas Department of Transportation. Talk, text, crash.
This is my car. I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it's nice. Gets me to work and to the mall, though it's kind of trash with all my stuff. I swear there must be 30 CDs laying around. And my workout bag. Oh, and my laptop. Like I said, a mess, right?
It's perfect.
But it's perfect for me. Good gas mileage, and once it's paid off, all mine.
All mine.
Hey, want to go for a drive? Let me get my purse. Just be a second.
Just takes a second.
Where you are, they are. Last year in Texas, car thieves stole roughly 100,000 cars and trucks and burglarized thousands more. They look for anything of value inside, or if you left your keys or failed to lock the doors. When you leave your vehicle, hide your things, lock your car, and take your keys. Remember, you hold the key.
Okay, I'm back. And my car? Where's my car?
My car. My.
This warning from the Texas Auto Burglary and Theft Prevention Authority.
Got a few bills in your pocket, and you hit a happy hour with your friends.
Hey man, grab a beer.
Now, fast forward. Uh-oh. You just got a DWI, mano. Time in jail, up to $17,000 in fees and fines. Want to keep good times from going all bad?
Happy hour tonight. Can I call you when I'm done to get a ride home?
Line up a sober driver before you go out, because if you get a DWI, there's no going back. Drink, drive, go to jail. A message from TxDOT. Save a life.
Warning, KFXR Dallas-Fort Worth, Talk Radio, 1190.
And it's about time that we start putting up or shutting up as Republicans.
Listener contention is advised.
Welcome back to the Traders Network. I'm Michael Yorba, your host, broadcasting to you live from the Dallas KFXR 1190 AM iHeart Media Studios and worldwide through yorbamedia.com. All right, I'm joined on the show right now with a local hero, Mark Heil, President, CFO, Ascendant Solutions. They've got a immaculate business model, and they're really knocking the cover off the ball. Symbol on this company is ASDS. You definitely want to take a look at this company. All right, Mark, when we left off the show, we were talking about what you've done and some of the remarkable things that you've done with this company to turn it around and get it into a viable, really high-powered engine moving forward. You also have a strategic partner that you're working with that's going to give you some bigger horizons for this company. Can we get into that?
Sure. Yes, we're very fortunate to have established a really good strategic partner with Cardinal Health. Cardinal, is one of the Fortune 50 global pharmaceutical distributors, and they provide a number of products to, obviously, the whole healthcare industry. There are three major distributors. There's McKesson, Cardinal Health, and AmerisourceBergen. And for those that don't know, they provide the drugs to the majority of all the pharmacies in the United States. We've been very fortunate to team up with Cardinal Health. They provide us really competitive pricing as our wholesaler. And the thing that they do that's very unique is they assist community pharmacies as they are looking for transition. And they'll assist in helping to find buyers for those sellers that want to sell. And also they have helped in the financing of several of our recent acquisitions. So being able to have a person or company like Cardinal Health behind us really gives us a lot of power going forward.
I can see that it does, and it also helps people who have, because many of these pharmacies that you're talking about, the local ones that have developed a relationship with their clientele, it also helps them in a transition out of their business and then into underneath your umbrella. Tell me about that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The majority of the pharmacies, these smaller community pharmacies, are owned by the pharmacist, and there's a big booming baby boomers that are coming up that at some point will need to sell their pharmacy, and since they've never worked on a transaction like that, they don't know where to go a lot of times for that transition. So Cardinal will assist them in saying, okay, here's how you go about doing that, and here's what we can do to help you. So we've gotten prospects from Cardinal. They've helped with the financing, and they really do a good job of that transition when a pharmacy needs to sell.
Are you going to stay in Texas with your your future growth activities, or is there other envelopes you're going to open?
We would like to stay in the Southwest. Since we're a small management team right now, we'd really like to stay close to the pharmacies we're looking at. So, the market is really big. There's over 22,000 independent retail pharmacies in the United States. It's an $88 billion market, and there's over 1,800 independents in Texas alone. So we really think we offer a really beneficial exit strategy for these owners when they're looking to sell, not only for them, but also for their customers that they've cared for so long, and for their employees that they've provided for so many years. And we believe we as Doherty's in our acquisition model would really help them continue on their brand and their legacy instead of it being bought up by a big box pharmacy that's going to just close them down and move their scripts to their business.
Isn't that usually what happens here? They come in, they bulldoze the building, and they put their own building back up, and then next thing you know, it's a completely impersonal relationship.
That's exactly right. Unfortunately, a number of those situations happen where they come in and buy those companies. They just want the scripts. They don't want really the business. And so it really doesn't help their customers, and it really doesn't help their employees. But our model is different because we want them to continue on and be an independent community pharmacy. We want to give them support. We want to give them expertise and to be able to grow and to continue to care for their customers going forward as they've done for probably many, many years.
Now, I know that one of the big things is client retention. We're talking about the people that have built a relationship over years, in some cases generations, with these pharmacies, these local pharmacies. But the people that own them, and we've got about 3 or 4 minutes left in the interview. Give us a typical situation of what the pharmacist that owns this, maybe he's handed it down to his son or daughter, and their grandchild is starting to come in under this. How does that transition occur for those people that are looking to move on and do something different?
Yeah, so if a pharmacist has done a good job of planning his exit, a lot of times he will have a family member that will take over, and they'll continue in the business. Unfortunately, in our economy, a lot of times the owner doesn't have a family member to take over. So then where does he go? How does he exit and still take care of that? And that's where we think we come in and play that role, where we can come in and assist him in that transition. let him work as long, or she work as long as they'd like to as a pharmacist, and then know that their business is going to be well taken care of and will continue on under the Doherty's direction, because we've been doing it in Dallas for almost 90 years, and that's the model we're going to use going forward with all the acquisitions that we do.
Okay, so let's say the second generation in ownership of the pharmacy. I get the feeling, and I'm just flying from the seat of my pants with this, but I get the feeling that what you're doing is you're not only bringing in that second or third generation that's in the family business into a larger corporate structure that actually is going to teach them how to run their business in a better fashion and use some of these techniques they may have not been exposed to. Is that what happens?
Yeah, that definitely could happen in this situation, because the big hindrance on a lot of independent community pharmacists is they have to not only be the pharmacist, but they have to run the company. So they have little time to really figure out how to grow the company in other areas that they're not comfortable with. And we can come in and show them all of the interesting things and the different product lines that we've added to make us grow so much, and work with their second generation or with them to figure out how to continue to grow their pharmacy, be profitable, and be ready for what's going to come up next in the healthcare area.
As a takeaway message, I think we've got about 3 minutes, maybe 2 minutes left in the interview. But as a takeaway message for those people who own the pharmacies, because the customer retention is obviously going to be there when you have a transition where the same people they've been used to seeing are still there. But the people that are looking to make this transition, what are the biggest things you think that they should be considering in the possibility of making a transition and having that first generation step out and merge or be acquired with your firm?
Right. So what they really obviously would be looking for is the value. Are they going to get the value out of the transition, out of their business that they've built so hard? We think we can provide that value to them because we're buying at very competitive rates. The second thing is, are my customers going to be taken care of, and are my employees going to be taken care of? And we believe we're going to do that also, because we're going to continue on with their strategy they've had, being an independent retail pharmacy, instead of the big box, which is going to change it dramatically. So we think those two things are very important. We're hearing from pharmacists as we're talking to them and analyzing their business going forward.
It sounds to me like you've got a niche market in there that is really not going to be that addressed by some of the larger Fortune 50, Fortune 100 companies that you're competing with.
Yeah, that's correct. They have a great business, the bigger companies, but they have a model that's very different than ours. We provide really close customer service. We provide unique products, and we provide the things that the big box chains just don't want to provide. And we provide that, and most community pharmacies do that. So it's a very unique business that's been very profitable for many, many years.
I want to put a personal note out about this and your business model and this transition that we've been talking about here, because the love of my life has been a lifelong customer of Doherty's, and I'm sure I'd mispronounced it. And she even went to school around the here in Dallas with some of the original owners, and she did not have any idea that there was a transition. And that's a testament to how smooth this transition was. She didn't even know it, and she grew up with these people. So good work.
Yeah, and that's great news, and I'm really glad to hear that, because that's exactly what we're trying to do, is to continue to see the same faces there, the customer service, the people that help you every day. Personalized medicine is very important. You don't get to see your doctor very often when you have a problem, but you do get to see your pharmacist just about every month when you go fill your prescription. And so we can provide that personal touch that you don't get from the doctors. And really glad to hear that she continues to see the same good service every time she comes into the pharmacy.
Yeah, and that's really a testament to that. What you're telling the listening audience is absolutely true, every bit of it, that your transition process works so smoothly, nobody even knows the difference, and they still have, as a matter of fact, your location here on Preston and Royal is the first place she thought of when I needed to go pick something up. So I just want to say thank you for a job well done, Mark.
Well, thank you so much, and really appreciate you having me on your show.
Anytime. All right, it's time for us to close, but I want to thank you for being on the show, and we'll talk to you really soon.
Thank you so much. Have a great day.
My pleasure. Mark Heil, President, CFO, Ascendant Solutions, and ASCENDANT Solutions.com. Symbol on the pink sheets, ASDS. And special thanks to 1-800-PublicRelations.com for all their PR and media support. We'll be right back on the other side of this break with John Nichols, Chairman of Vistage International, CEO coach to the best CEOs across the country. Well over 15,000 CEOs. Listen to what this man has to say. We'll be right back.